Alright, so I'm new to the whole vlogging while driving thing, but I got myself a cool new Joby GorillaPod tripod for my phone because sometimes I like filming on my phone better than my camera, or in general I just wanted a stand for my phone and it was cheap, and these things are really good because you can attach them to pretty much everything, including racks and stuff at the gym. But this is more of just a first vlog slash life update video, I guess. I'm currently driving around in Sacramento because that's where I live now, because that's where I got a job. But I'm not working because I'm studying for the bar exam, which is awful. Basically, everything you're supposed to learn in your 1 year of law school, you have to remember for the bar exam, and you have to do it in multiple choice questions and essay questions and what's called a performance test, which is basically like what you would do if you were a lawyer, but in an unreasonably short period of time. In this case, it's 3 hours. So right now I am in bar prep class, which is basically you go to class and the professors, who are law professors from law schools all over, come in and say, as you remember from 1 year, and I don't fucking remember any of that. So it's a real pleasant experience not remember anything you're supposed to remember. So that's fun. Let's see. What else? So that's like 9 to 1 or 2 Mondays through Fridays, and then I have homework and, you know, other things to read and essays, because basically they're trying to remind you that everything you're supposed to learn in 3 years of law school, you learn in like 6 weeks. And then, so yeah, so that's life stuff. What else is there? Living in Sacramento, I'm training at a gym very close to my house 3 days a week, and I am training at Super Training 1 day a week, which is, if you don't know, is Mark Bell's gym, the strongest gym in the West, and I'm gonna be honest, there are fucking monsters that live there. It's a very strong, very competitive atmosphere. I really like it, but the way that it works is they invite you in to train on Sundays, which is their sort of open gym day, and then I'm assuming, because I don't know, that if they like you after a few Sundays, they invite you to come train on the days when it's not as open, and you can train you train on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays. So I'm gonna go train there tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday the 19th, which is Father's Day. I will not be in San Diego for Father's Day. I'm gonna call my dad, but won't be home for that. First time in a long time I haven't been home for Father's Day. It's a little sad. Actually, I think it might be the first time ever I'm not home for Father's Day. So that'll be interesting. Let's see what else. So my training split right now is similar to the Super Training split, because I figured I might as well train similar to the way they train, so that if I, you know, luckily do get invited to train there more often, I won't have to transition my training style from something I drew up to, you know, their schedule. So the way that I've been training is Tuesdays are deadlift, heavy, and accessory work, mostly back with some legs, some squats and things like that. Thursdays are max effort bench day with some accessory work, obviously. Saturdays today are squat day, max effort squat, and then Sundays are dynamic effort bench, but also including some back work and some bicep work and general, more like hypertrophy bodybuilding training. It's kind of similar to the Cube, but just the structure is a little bit different. But because I'm not training at Super Training, I'm using their day-to-day template, but I'm not necessarily training the same movement patterns and stuff that they are. So Tuesday I trained deadlifts. I went for a 1 rep max on the stiffest fucking bar I've ever experienced. Like, it doesn't move. Got 635 with chalk to right about 3 inches below lockout, which was a little depressing, but also I felt pretty good because that bar was unbelievably stiff. Then hit some accessory work. Then Wednesday, I decided that my hamstrings and my calves have been lacking, which they have been my whole life. If you know me, you know I've had some pretty serious hamstring injuries in the past, especially in college when I played lacrosse. I tore my hamstring a bunch and it was really unpleasant. So I've been training calves and hamstrings pretty much every day. So Wednesday I went and hit calves and hamstrings and a little bit of arms. Thursday, I hit bench. I hit 345 for 5 triples. They were pretty easy triples. Because I'm not competing until September, and then my main meet, which is the IPL World Championships, isn't until November, I'm taking all of my percentages really slowly, hoping to right around my birthday, which is the middle of July, a couple weeks before the bar exam, maybe go for some conservative, what would be conservative openers if I were to compete tomorrow. But we'll see about that. Then Saturday, today, hit some squats, went for a 495 squat, again on this really fucking stiff bar. I had also trained hamstrings and calves yesterday. I failed 495, but not because I failed it, but because I hadn't gotten under anything heavier than about 405 in, God, 4 or 5 weeks. And so on my way up, I leaned forward, which you can do with lighter weight, but you can't do with something as heavy as 495. And the bar, because it's narrow and very stiff, it rolled on me, and I had to force myself back down into the hole. That hurt a lot, and it was a bit of a blow to my ego, but you know, it's good to know where I am, and it's also good to know that I can make my way back up to where I need to be, which is hopefully 650 by November. Tomorrow I'm gonna bench. I'm probably gonna do some, because I'm gonna be at super training, so I'm probably gonna do some glute ham raise and some other things that are only available there. Whereas at the commercial gym I train at, the other days, they don't really have a lot of more specialty equipment. They have a lot of good hammer strength machines and things like that, but they don't have a lot of, like, you know, very specific specialty equipment. I might as well also pitch shark tomorrow just to get some more quad work in, because my squat is really where I need to make the most improvement. Other than that, let's see what else is there to say. Warriors Cavs game 7 is tomorrow. I'm not going to weigh in on what happened on Thursday, except that it's interesting to see a player as usually put together as Steph Curry kind of lose his shit. We all sort of do that from time to time. I know that. I've done it more often than most. When I used to play team sports, I was not the nicest person in terms of what I said to other people. But yeah, final piece of this vlog, because I don't like to make my videos longer than like 7 minutes, even though this one already is I'm currently weighing like 234, 235, something like that, which is a little heavier than I am used to at this far out. But I think that given the way I've been eating and the training, the way I've been structuring my training, I can slowly put on the rest of those pounds, get up to about 245 by late August. I might compete in the warm-up meet in September, which is the Sierra Nevada Open in Grassville. I might compete in that as a 275 for the first time ever, just because I feel like I might not want to cut any weight, because that'll be about 8 weeks out from World Championships, and I'm probably only going to take first and seconds there. I know that that's like kind of frowned upon, but I'm not really trying to win that one, and it's a small 50-person meet. I'm just using it to judge my numbers. I might take that as a 275 and just stay at like 246, hopefully, where I am. That's where I want to be, and then take those numbers there and see where I am, and then cut 7 to 8 pounds over the last 3 to 4 weeks before Worlds. I hope you guys liked this opening vlog. I'm going to do more of these because I drive around a lot because it's California and I like to talk, and I know that people uploading training footage is fucking boring, so I want to change up, you know, add some different content to my channel. All right, hope you guys liked it. I'll see you soon.